The population of weights of a particular fruit is normally distributed with a mean of 771 grams and a standard deviation of 37 grams. If 5 fruits are picked at random, then 4% of the time the mean weight will be greater than how many grams? So this right here is a big indicator of what we're going to be looking at. We have two different distributions here. We have the distribution of X, which gives us the weight in grams. That's the X distribution, with a mean of 771 and a standard deviation of 37. Then we are given a different distribution because they start talking about taking samples of 5 fruits. And then they're asking about the mean weight. So we're going to be looking at the distribution of the sample means. So recall that the mean of the sample distribution is going to be the same. So we have 771 here. But the standard deviation is going to be different. Remember, we take the standard deviation of the X distribution, which is 37, and we divide it by the square root of the sample size. In this case, our sample size is 5. So for this distribution here in blue, for the sampling, for the means of the samples, we have a different distribution. Now, the question is asking us to find that cutoff point. We're trying to find this value here so that 4% of the time, this shaded area is going to be 4% or 0.04. 4% of the time, the weight in grams is going to be greater than that value. So we're looking for that cutoff point. So 4% is to the right. So we're going to have to use inverse norm since we're working backwards. But when we put in our information for inverse norm, remember we have to put in the percentile. And the percentile is the area to the left, or the percentage to the left. So if I want to find the percentage to the left, but I only know the percentage to the right is 4%. So I know that this percentage here that's shaded in purple to the left is going to be 96% or 0.96. So even though I'm looking for, in the problem it takes 4% to the right, I don't want to put in 4% for my percentile. My percentile is actually 0.96. So I'm going to put in 0.96, and then I put in my mean, which is 771, and then I got to put in my standard deviation. Now, because we're talking about looking at the inverse norm for the sampling distribution, we want to make sure that we put in the standard deviation is 37 over the square root of 5, not just 37. When we do that, we're going to get 799.98, and since the problem says to round it to the nearest gram, we want to round it up to 800 grams. So this value here is 800 grams. So that 4% of the time you're going to get a mean of that sample that is greater than 800. And 96% of the time you're going to get a sample that has a mean that's less than 800 grams.